Howdy, y'all. Welcome to episode 49 of Unfinished Business. We are going to recap our most recent weekly challenge, which is the best weekly challenge yet. I got to say, Matt,
amazing
with that one. We've got some in-season awards. We're going to officially tie a bow on 2024 as a year in the disc golf world. And we're also going to do that with some trivia at the end of the episode. So make sure to stick around for some trivia. See if you know more about the 2024 season than our panelists today. And if you do, hop in our Discord and let them know very rudely. But first of all, we had a weekly challenge this past week. I'm going to steal the thunder. 2 people in this podcast shot the best round of their life during this weekly challenge. So obviously, I think there's something to it. So what are you guys' thoughts on the weekly challenge this week?
It was terrible. I almost lost my favorite disc. Actually, I did lose it for an entire night.
Listen, am I crazy, or did Corey take out a crazy lineup of discs, by the way?
Yes, I was going to mention that.
A interesting move. A Torque, a Pipeline, and 2 Marvel?
He was playing the longs. He was playing the longs.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true. It was interesting. I expected a mid.
I know Corey can throw that Marvel like 250 feet.
Yeah,
at least.
Probably like 280.
Yeah, so if he can throw the Marvel almost like, in that range, and then you got the Pipeline for 350, 300,
an interesting
330.
lineup. It was an interesting lineup.
You're an interesting lineup, dude.
Bro,
I will say, I will third it. I did think it was an interesting lineup, but once we told you that you should play,
defended him for like a minute straight, and then went, but actually, I do agree with the other guys in this podcast.
I'm saying I understand why he did it, but yeah, it was an interesting lineup because he played the longs. I get it.
All right.
So
a lot of those holes, I need some distance.
I just
Scott, he throws that Pipeline 500 air bounce.
I threw the Pipeline 480, but it was like hole 3 is very downhill. You're throwing off of it's basically a mini toboggan.
What I'm interested in, Corey, is like in my head it was like it would have been really easy to go like Era, Sector, Marvel.
What am I forehanding?
Era.
That's exactly what I was thinking about when I chose mine.
I wouldn't forehand. I mean, it would have to be a composite.
Your Marvel. That's what you're. Yeah, you could run that, but I was like, it was interesting. Your commit. You played the round. I'm not hating on the round. It was just an interesting.
He's not hating on the round. He's hating on your disc.
He's hating on the discs because that wasn't
me.
he's just hating. I feel like I would rather have a driver that I could throw both forehand and backhand than having one of each and not having a mid range or in my case, a 2.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, okay, if I wanted to do an approach shot that was mid-range distance, I'd be throwing soft Torque on forehand, or I would be throwing the Marvel backhand.
Yeah, to be clear, I 100% understood that. It was like the Torque is just going to get more stable as you throw it soft. That part made total sense to me.
Because I was going to take a Dynasty and not take the Fjord. And if I didn't take the Fjord, I would have been cooked because I threw that thing 900 times.
Yeah.
So if we have some listeners who weren't aware, we did a challenge where you can take as many discs as you want, but it had to add up to a max of 20 speed. So generally it's like 4 disc. It could have been 3 if you wanted to take more of a driver. It could have been 5. I had in my head, I was going to take 5 disc at one point, but I think I was trying to. I had an idea of what I wanted, and then I saw what Taylor did score-wise, and I tried to follow suit. I thought, okay, what can I throw that's a driver forehand, like a decent, like what can I throw 300 feet dead straight? So I took my Rift for that, which is a mid-range, and then I thought, okay. Yeah, it really is. And then I thought, okay, what can I throw that has some meat hook to it, but that can still get some good distance? So I decided to go with the MX1 instead of going with like a zone.
Lightning?
That's the company. MX1 Prodigy. And then I took the, a putting putter. So the thing is, I couldn't take the PA3s I've been putting with because it was a 3 and it would have pushed me over the 20. So I had to go with a 2-speed. So I went Corey's Torque, which is kind of like a straight to slightly overstable forehand disc for me. Can't throw it overstable backhand, obviously. And then what did I say? The Rift, the MX1, and the Steady BL. So Taylor posted in our group chat that he did the impossible and shot 1,000 rated. And I thought, okay, I will take the same disc and just go out and play. Did not think at all that I would do anything similar of what Taylor did. And then all of a sudden, I got the hole 3 and I birdied a hole that I've never birdied before. And I birdied it like easily. And I, of course, threw a really good drive off the tee. And then all of a sudden, I text you guys and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then I shot an incredible 4 down on the front 9, and my best to that point was 1 under. And I wasn't like seriously in trouble until like hole 8, where I almost lost the torque, and then I found it, and then we were good to go and we were rolling. But yeah, I shot the best round I've ever shot in my life with 4 discs. It doesn't make any sense other than the fact that what Taylor kind of alluded to in our group chat was that it takes all of like the thought process out of deciding what disc to throw. You know, you got 4 to throw from or use, and you just try to make the disc work. And also, it kind of gets rid of like some risk, I think, as well. And yeah, I would say I got a little lucky on some shots. Obviously, you got to have a little luck to shoot your best, but it was an incredible round. It was the biggest high I've ever had in disc golf in my entire life. I could not even think the whole rest of the night. It was crazy.
Yeah, I will say I'll go and jump in since my round was referenced. If you haven't seen, I posted a video of my round, which you can. My thought process is detailed in that, but it's also very funny that like I was going out. I had thrown that rally 4 times before I played that round. So I took a rally, a raw, a fjord, and a tomb were the 4 discs I took. Again, I really wanted to take a dynasty because it's one of my favorite discs, but I needed some wiggle room on the speed. So I was like, oh, I'll take the 8-speed rally. Turns out that thing is sick for both like forehand and backhand. But I was just out there. I was just kind of chucking. I played pretty bad in the first part of the round and also got extremely lucky on some of the early holes to not be like over par. But I birdied 3 holes back to back to back that I do not typically birdie. And I kind of started joking like, oh, I'm going to beat my challenge to shoot 1,000 rated from this layout. When the whole point of me playing the longs to begin with was, oh, I'm just going to go shoot terribly out here and it's going to be funny. But I definitely, played very well. I think the 2 things that it highlighted for me, and me and Tyler are about to argue because it's the me and Tyler argument. But 1, completely agree about decision fatigue. When I am trying to like score and actually play a disc golf round, I am a chronic overthinker. And I think what this did that really helped me a lot is I really wasn't thinking about the round. I was just thinking about the challenge itself. And then 2, I didn't question any shot that I threw. It was kind of pretty obvious when you walked up to a shot, like what you have to do because your options are so limited. Like I only have these tools to work with. 2, again, we were joking about this. I putted with a premium plastic putter, which was not the most fun, and also a putter that I love more than anything, but absolutely hate to putt with. I putted very poorly, but I've been preaching this for a long time. Like if you do not get into too much trouble off the tee, like the stress doesn't have to be on putting. Like I just never got myself into a situation where like I had to make a big putt for par, maybe like 1, and like all of the birdies were 25 feet and in just because I was throwing well. So it took a lot of pressure off the putting side as well, which my 1 actual decent tournament round that I played was the same way. I probably missed like 8 inside the circle putts in that round and still rated like 940 or something. It was just down the fairway every time.
Yeah, it was just magical. It was, I don't know what it was like a nice, I mean, it was a beautiful day. It was warm, it was sunny, and it was just like I was just walking around with a couple discs in my hand. I don't know. It was
kind of Frolf vibes a little bit. Yeah, I had a great day. I got to the car. I called my girlfriend. I was like, I beat the challenge I've been trying to do for like 5 months. We got hibachi to celebrate. It's a great day. It's a great day, dude.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. Incredible round for me too. So I think what we decided is for this next challenge, we're going to do the exact same thing, except now we're going to take out the 20 number.
Does Matt need to recap? Matt, do you recap?
Oh, I don't really have much to recap.
I'm sorry. I thought he said something. I missed that. I'm sorry.
I don't have much to recap on it because I had to play it in like 30 minutes. But I did actually think I was about to. I thought I was about to pop off. Parred hole 1, bogeyed hole 2. Was like, that stinks. Typically birdie hole 2, birdie hole 3, and then hole 4. I have not been able to get a good drive inside circle 1 in like months because I either throw it and it flips too much and goes hard right. It's like a wide open shot, or I throw it too soft and it just fades left. But I threw the pipeline on this like perfect line, was like still 30 feet, and I just hopped up like literally 20 mile per hour winds and just dropped this putt in. And I was like, wait a second, I see it. And then the next hole, there's like a specific, you have to throw for me, I have to throw an any turnover between two trees to birdie the hole. And I hit the gap, and then the wind hit, and my pipeline went 20 feet higher in the air. And then it went to the right side, and I was like, yeah, so I'm not going to do that anymore. So I shot fine, but I'm going to reshoot it on Saturday when I have more than 30 minutes and I can play all 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think for me, I don't really have an issue with decision making as much when I have my whole bag, but for me, it was literally, there was never a thought of the disc. It was only a thought of the shot. So I did feel like it was very easy for me to hit gaps.
Which is really refreshing, I think.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, oh, I'm going to have to throw this one on hyzer because it's going to flip up from the headwind. Or like, oh, I'm going to have to do that. And it was just, here's what I have to do. Not, let me swap the disc and then throw a flat shot again. So
especially for me, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I am like, anytime I play a tournament or in leagues or like a serious round, I am really bad at like, I'll throw a tee shot and the entire time I'm walking, I'm like looking at the disc and thinking about what I need to do like from there. Whereas this, I don't know if it was just the challenge or just having like the limited amount of disc, but I really was not doing that at all. And it was so nice for like, I could like tell I was not as mentally tired towards the end of the round because I wasn't spending all that time like mulling over decisions.
Right. Yep. I just want to give a little bit of story about the origin of the challenge and what it was thought of. So I was thinking about how we did a thing in high school where it was like very similar but with like actual golf. So it was like you can have as many clubs as you want, but it has to equal up to, I think it was like 25. So like your 8 iron would count as like your 8, you know, and so forth. And it was actually working in reverse. Anyways, we did that in high school. So I said something to Corey. I'm like, you should do this challenge. I have a really good idea where we do this, you know, speed thing. And he was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. I didn't think about it until recently about how it would be really fun. And it's probably the most refreshing disc golf I've ever played.
Yeah. I definitely also got the similar vibe. Like I've done that a couple times, but not in a long time of just like, I'm just going to go out to the course with 3 discs, not bring a bag, just kind of walk around, have a great, it was very refreshing to just kind of chill out a little.
I think the 4 disc makes a difference because it was like, all right, straight forehand, some sort of like maybe approach that you could use, and then your putter. So it was totally refreshing. So
it was very chill for me until I realized that I could beat the challenge and I started sweating.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Yeah, for sure. So the numbers I have chosen here, we've got 19. We took out 20. I've got 24, 28, 32, and 39. Do we want to change that? Here, I'll share my screen. So
I don't know.
Mean, as high as it goes, Corey's just going to take like 2 intervals and then a marble.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to take my Marvel putting putter and 37 glitches.
Nice.
I mean, do you want me to change any of this?
If it was me personally, I might take out one of the 30s and put in like a 15.
Oh,
or like lower. But that's just I'm just trying to cook something up. Feel free to say no.
I'm fine with that. I don't care one bit.
Yeah, if anything, I was gonna say take out a higher number. So
okay.
But I rock with that. All right, roll this. Let's see what we got.
All right, spin the wheel.
And he's spinning the wheel.
And we are going to do 32. So it's a big number. So now if we shoot worse,
now we know.
All right.
32.
So for reference, 18 holes, all your speeds have to add up to 32. Pop it in our Discord, full UDisc stats, due by next podcast. And we'll reference.
And let's make this a big thing in the disc golf world. I want this to kind of get out there because this was a lot of fun. Like tag your favorite content creators, let them know this is happening because I think it's a great video. Like it was super easy content to go and make, and it was just very fun.
Yeah. Matt, can you put that in our Discord and pin it as well?
Yeah, it can be less than 32 for anyone. Scott just asked.
Put like put like the week of November 13th or something like that.
What if Taylor, because he shot the best round of his life, just takes the exact same stuff?
Just it's less than 32.
Well,
I'm out of here.
Now you have an
So
option to
good.
like throw in a 12-speed into that mix if you
You know
want.
what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get to
Yeah,
whole
that's
8
true.
longs, and I'm gonna throw it straight into those woods.
That'll be funny. So challenge was fun, man. It was crazy.
It was somewhat fun. Okay,
Sorry, Corey. Don't play in the
Corey.
woods. Don't play in the woods anymore.
dude.
We'll get to that later. Just gonna foreshadow that now.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to our awards, Taylor.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, a lot of discussion has happened today over our next topic, but I think this is going to be easy and painless. We have all come up with various just random awards that we thought of that we want to give out for the 2024 season. I am excited and slightly scared to see what kind of categories we're about to chef up here on the stream. But does anybody really have one they want to go first with? Or otherwise, I think we just kind of go round robin and give out some awards for 2024.
Yeah, I think we just go round robin.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I can start, and we can go like Tyler, Corey, Taylor, Matt, and go in a circle.
Okay. I only have 8, so I know some
We got
people have
10.
more.
We'll
I've
just
got a
go.
couple.
We'll go till we run out.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with my first award. I'm gonna give out is probably the least exciting award, and this is the most average player award of the season.
Love it.
So people always give out like awards for being really good, or as like a troll, you talking about being really bad. And so I was like, who is the most average player on tour? So in my like little thought process, I looked at who made the highest amount of money on the money list that did not make a top 10. And the first player, does anyone want to take a guess?
I looked at
I was
a lot
gonna
of this
get-
data for trivia, so I feel like I'm cheating.
Oh, I was already going to give this player this award, and when I saw this, and when I used this criteria, I was like, "Oh, it's perfect." I'm giving it to. Go ahead.
Oh, I already saw the first letter coming out, so it's definitely not Ben Callaway. But for some reason, I'm just picturing middle of the road Ben Callaway.
This is like probably like a really forgotten player this year too. It's James Conrad. My
okay.
first award is going to most average player. James Conrad didn't had the highest amount of money without a top 10 on the money list, and he averaged 40th and a half place all season long.
Right in the middle.
So the next guy below him with the same credentials, I think, would have been Kevin Jones. I think.
Yeah.
That adds up.
So yeah, that just goes to show you. So that's my first award.
I can go on. Let's
Okay.
Okay.
right.
Okay. I don't know what I
Send
said that.
You have our permission, sir. Go ahead.
Most likely to convince everyone they're making a comeback.
Okay.
Mm,
And this
Yeah.
has to be,
Yeah.
without a doubt, Paul Macbeth.
yes.
Bro
Mm.
Bro would have 3 good finishes. We'd say our goat is back. Watch him work, and then he's gone. And then he'd have 3 good finishes. We'd say, here he comes. And now we're at the end of the season, and Lil Bro's never back. But he had us convinced for quite a while.
I have a similar award with Paul Macbeth.
My first award was going to Paul Macbeth. So a lot of P. McBee on the mind. My award, you probably don't want to win it, but it is the worst jersey award. And I mean this not only in aesthetics, but every time he wears this jersey, he plays like Dookie. And it is
Paul
that
Macbeth.
green ransom note jersey. I hate it.
Taylor's been keeping track.
Yeah, he hates that jersey.
Actually, funny enough, rolling off of the jerseys, my award is most likely to have other pros rock their jersey.
Mm,
Anthony Barella.
yes.
Absolutely.
That's so
The
funny.
card
There
where
are
he was
so
there 4
many
people
people.
wearing Anthony Barella jerseys was so funny.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I also had that as an award, but I called it Drip of the Year. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that
Trip
out
of the
there.
year.
Yeah.
Sick one.
Yeah. I don't pay attention too much to what people are wearing, other than when they wear AB stuff. So it's funny.
Which is funny because that's the
Right.
whole thing.
That's the whole thing, exactly. I will stick with the with kind of like the Paul Macbeth theme. So I'm not really, there's no suspense about who the player will be, but I'm giving him the Cinderella Award. So the Cinderella Award is for the most top 10s without a single win. and that goes to Paul McBeth. He had, I think, 11 top 10s without a single win. Do you guys want to guess who came? Do you guys want to guess who came in second though? Who was like right there?
Feel I know the answer, and my trivia is slowly getting ruined.
Oh no! See, I went through everything today.
That's good.
It was Ezra Robinson. I think he had 10 top 10s without a win, so he was right there as well. So go ahead, Matt.
So mine is this is an interesting award. I actually have nominees for this award, and that is the most likely to go fully bald this year award. We had, of course, Isaac Robinson, Nate Turner, Trevor Staub, and Tristan Tanner. Unfortunately, Nate Turner got disqualified mid-year with a full head shave, which is unfortunate because he was in the running to win that award. But coming in and winning the award is Isaac Robinson, guys. Big ups to Isaac.
Glad you gave it to
Big
him.
up to Isaac. It might seem like a bad award, but it's good.
It's a good one.
It's good. Trust me.
It's for the culture.
You should type these in the chat as we put them through.
Yeah.
I'll move on. Another one that you may not want to win. I've got a Tragedy of the Year award. The single event that made me the most sad that happened this year, and that is the death of UDisc in the Pro Tour. Why did you have to do it, man?
Moment of silence and F in the chat, please.
F, yep, UDisc.
Moment. Okay. All right, Corey, go ahead.
All right, mine is this award is for biggest Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde of the tour.
I like this one.
I do like this
And
one.
the winner is Eric Oakley.
Really?
I don't know if you've ever watched or talked to Eric Oakley. He is insanely nice. He's such a good spirit. Yet somehow he just got suspended for temper tantrums that he didn't even know anyone was looking at.
Yeah.
So yeah, he likes to throw a fit.
Isn't the funniest thing about it is that he called a violation on himself, and then that's why he got
somehow he was on probation from that and didn't even know, and now he's suspended for a year or something.
No. He got suspended.
He's on probation.
Oh,
I was just saying he's only on probation.
Either way, like it makes no sense. But yeah, he such a sweetheart, and then also just an evil piece of crap.
That's really funny. That's a good award. That's funny.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I didn't know how to really word this award, but I use social media moment of the year. I'm sure different moments can pop up in people's head, but I'm actually going to say my favorite one was Silas Schultz's diss track of Drew Gibson.
I forgot about that.
Classic.
That was one of the funniest 48 hours that we've had in disc golf. And
also,
then
the fact they
apparently
immediately put it on a disc was peak marketing.
Yeah, I mean, it was so well done, and then the fact that he took it down.
I'll be honest, I don't think I ever heard the whole thing.
The problem is that he probably cut too true and too deep, and it wasn't as lighthearted as it could have been. So he kind of felt bad, and I think Drew was like, "Hey, not cool." So they took it down. But that was my social media moment of the year. You could have went so many different ways with that, but that was hilarious, and that was so well put together. Sorry, Matt. I was trying to talk enough while you typed that out in the chat.
Oh, you're fine.
I almost could have won. I almost could have won the social media award, but my In the Bag comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
and that's after
Tough timing.
Darn.
Yeah, no.
Missed it.
Okay, I've got one here, and you might like it, you might not. I've got most likely to retire for this upcoming year. Let me run you through them. Our nominees are Zach Melton, big surprise.
Yeah.
That'd be sad.
Brody Smith, of course. And then our very own Ursa DG when he hits 2K subscribers. This is a tough one. But we're going to go Brody Smith. He's going to retire this year, so most likely to retire.
I can
Brody
concede
Smith.
that one. in good conscience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe you didn't nominate like Sexton or something like that, man.
Listen, man.
Zach Melton's
Sexton's
a good pull.
already.
Zach Melton's on his last legs, man.
He's sneaking into commentary.
Literally, probably.
Yeah, I know.
Poor guy.
I think most of the rest of the ones I have coming up are positive. I got all my negative ones out of the way. So I'm going to give out, if you're an avid listener, you know the answer to this one, but I'm giving out the Restored My Faith in the Sport Award. And this goes out specifically to the final round of the Pro Tour Championship. Cuts deep for Ricky because it was really predicated by him throwing his lead away, but that was a ton of fun to watch. And as a man that was burnt out on watching disc golf, it hooked me right back in.
I'm just gonna hop on the train real quick just so I can get this out of the way. I mean, that moment won my most devastating award, most devastating moment award. So, go ahead, Corey.
My next is actually 2 awards because they kind of work together. The best roller game is got to be Garrett Gurthie.
Yeah.
And the worst avoider is the Ledgestone Spotter.
Yeah, baby. Spectator of the year.
Yeah, the guy who stood.
I have a Spectator of the Year coming up.
Yeah, the guy who got railed by probably the fastest roller I've ever seen. That thing was going 700.
Yeah. All right. I will give my. All right, maybe I should get my negative one out of the way too. I wasn't trying. When I was going through my awards, I was like, I'll do like a couple, but like I don't want to be too negative. So I'll get my wasted season Player of the Year award.
Oh,
so this person wasted their season, in my opinion.
2025.
There's a lot of nominees, but it's got to be somebody who is yet to still win a major, and that's Calvin Heimberg. Absolute wasted season. He got 2 wins this year. But again, another season come and gone without a major. When is it going to happen?
I even feel like the wins he got were like just at a time where like kind of nobody cares. Texas swing, like there's so
and they were
many
back to back,
tournaments.
by the way.
Yeah.
So when he wins, it comes in bunches, and then it's just gone, blows like the wind. So unfortunately, wasted season Player of the Year, Calvin Heimberg.
Tough one.
All right, who's next? Who's got one?
You, Matt.
I believe it's
Do
you.
you not have one?
No, I do. I have the most likely to change putters awards. And this goes out to quite a few different people across a couple different parts. We have, of course, Aaron Gossage, who keeps swapping back and forth between OS and non-OS versions of the Challenger. We have Bonanza Disc Golf, who changes his putter every week depending on who he's getting sponsored by. And we have our very own Ursa DG. Anytime he has a good putting experience.
Yes.
And for this one, Ursa DG wins it. Ursa DG wins
it.
If you didn't know, I didn't mention it in my challenge. I did say if I beat the challenge, I was going to putt with Toombs. So my new putting putter right here.
There's no way you're putting with Toombs. There's no way you're putting with Toombs.
That is so different than what you're putting.
You're putting with
I
Toombs for the next challenge, and then that's it.
I said for 2025 in my video, so I'm gonna have to find a way to get out of it because I do not. It's not.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that was just for content. I mean, there's no way.
If I randomly lose all of my base plastic Toombs, can't putt with that. It's gonna be a real tragedy.
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations, the rest of disc golf.
Yeah, I will take. Yeah. I will get. I expect my trophy to come soon. It's gonna be a basket filled with all different putters that I can switch to whenever I feel the need. Similar to Corey, I have a Spectator of the Year award. I thought about doing a Spotter of the Year, and I'm glad that got shouted out. But Spectator of the Year, I forgot about this until I really put my noodle to it. But the guy at European Open that got kicked out for coughing during Gannon's putts, that guy is a legend and the Spectator of the Year.
Good job, buddy. Let him know.
Do you think he had money riding on it or something?
I hope so.
Yeah,
he could be waking up to watch this right now.
Yeah. My next one is actually most underrated season.
Oh,
okay.
Finally, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, finally. And unlike what Tyler thinks, it is Calvin Heimberg.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
His worst finish was 44th, which is bad, but 78% of his tour was in the top 20. 63% of it was in the top 5. He was 17 for 27 events.
True,
in the
63
top 5.
in the top 5.
63% is really a high number.
That's
An
crazy.
impressive number.
He might not have won all of those.
That's crazy.
But he was up there.
That is actually insanely impressive.
My
So
mind is
Tyler,
blown.
suck it.
My mind's been blown.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're telling me to suck it because he still hasn't won a major yet.
Neither have you.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I just needed to react.
That's really surprising.
Yeah,
That's
Most
really surprising because my next
underrated
award
season?
is worst
Because you-
podcast member, and it's completely Corey's.
Yeah, I'm a winner. No, I would say underrated because everyone is like rating it too low. You're
No, I
saying
had
it
in
wasn't
my
that good?
mentally there was no shot that he was in the top 5 60% of the season. So I would
Yeah,
have
I
to
never would have
I would
thought
have to
that.
by proxy agree that it is an underrated season.
If I had this season, I'd be like
The burden
Going
of
to Benihana
expectation.
every
How
day
many
on
times
Calvin.
has he had this type of season?
doesn't matter. I'm talking about this season.
So,
The
I mean,
award
if
is for this year. The award is for this year, and everyone disregarded him because he wasn't winning.
And he
You
was
could
hurt.
say it for this year, but then you could also compare to like, what are the expectations? I think expectations was Calvin win a major this year, obviously. So the fact that
The
he didn't,
expectations is he was only out of the top 5 10 times this season.
And all
doesn't
of them
matter
were the
unless you
major.
I'm always going to be on the win train. If you don't win, he won
I'm
twice. Good for you.
I'm
But
sorry, he broke $100,000. I call that a win. I don't know about you,
And he
but
was hurt.
if I could play disc
feel like
golf
people forget
and
that he was hurt.
break $100,000,
Oh, yeah, he was hurt. We have to give him part of that there.
We'll have to take a look to see what he's done the last 4 years on tour. But anyways, all right, let's see here. I will go with my I'll go with the feel good. My feel good moment of the year has to go to a man who travels long ways from the 49er state, who came over and conquered one of the hardest disc golf courses on the East Coast. And it's James Proctor's win at MVP Open.
Absolutely.
Not only did he just get a win, but he made a huge putt to win it. It's got to be my feel-good moment of the year. So happy to see that.
My next one up was putt of the year, and it was James Proctor's drop zone putt to win MVP. That was clutch.
Yeah, so good. And what was the thing that he did or said before he made that putt?
he had a
Like the
bracelet
wristband.
on.
Yeah.
Right. I don't remember if he said something or whatever, but yeah, the bracelet.
He like paused and like looked at it, like took some of his time and just.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yep.
Very feel
All right,
good
Matt, what do you
moment
got?
for sure.
I've got the holy crap, how is this guy not winning every week award? This is the award for the MPO player who disappears and then reappears and plays really well. Could be a lot of nominees here. My two big ones are Anthony Barella and Isaac Robinson.
Wait, I didn't get nominated for this one?
Taylor's not nominated for this one.
Come on, man.
They said MPO.
Tyler's
Oh,
Tyler's ran at Horton's desk
On
could
May 4.
theoretically be put in there as well.
That guy was cooking.
And our winner is Isaac Robinson for his world's performance and asking yourself, holy crap, how is this guy not winning every single week?
100% agree.
Yep.
All right, my next ones are all a little bit more year in review, less Pro Tour in review, but I have a very coveted award coming up, and it is the YouTube Video of the Year for me so far in
Interesting.
2024. Favorite watch, go back to it often. Hold on, everybody. My internet might be dying.
We all know what it is.
I'm seeing
His
red
internet's
lines.
dying, but I know what it is. I know exactly what it is.
What is happening? Okay, I think we're good enough. It is
Live streams.
Oh, hold on. YouTube's yelling at me. Scott, are we still here?
Oh, no.
Oh, we're coming back. We're coming back.
Scott.
We're back
I'm
in the
watching
green.
us. We're lagging a little bit.
We're back in the green.
Hooray!
Okay, that was just enough suspense. YouTube Video of the Year was the Charlotte trip vlog from
Yeah.
the boys.
Yeah.
Anytime
A
I'm a little
beautiful
sad
video.
about disc golf, don't want to play anymore, watch that video. It gets me right.
Let's go.
I don't know why, but there's something about when Matt is trying to teach me how to putt through the poison ivy, and his response is just so like.
The most beautiful part about that is like Tyler's like, he's good, he's got it. And I think Tyler at that moment thought I was being serious slightly. And I was like, bro, this is the most hammed up thing I could possibly do.
That's definitely true.
But turning around and then agreeing, like, well, yeah, you could do that.
You could do it
like,
that
that's
way.
one way of, yeah.
Bro, I was locked in. I knew what I was about. That's a great award. That's a great award there.
Okay, my next award is least likely to win a Pro Tour stop next year. And the winner is none other than Brody Smith, because we don't know if he's even playing.
Hey.
Yep.
Get him, boy.
Yep. It was going to go, it came down to him or Drew Gibson. But if Drew does tour next year, he actually does have a shot at winning something.
Wait, hold on. We got breaking news.
What?
If Drew Gibson tours next year?
Oh, he's always talking about like hanging it up.
Sure.
So that's not, I haven't
heard any of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so am I. You guys see it on Discord?
He talks about it. He talks about it all the time.
How old is Drew, by the way? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Go to the ultimate.
Somewhere almost 30, 20, 28 or something like that.
He'd been around a minute, huh?
He was 26. Yeah, Drew has been around for a long time. He's 28.
He was 28.
He said he's been playing for like 12 years or something like that.
He's been on tour for most of his
But he
young adult to adult life.
Busting up some body parts.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. I just want to say something real quick, just to interject. Calvin's average finish this year is 11th place. And last year it was almost 4th. The year before it was 10th. And the year before it was 7th. So this year it was a down year compared to the last 4 years. Just
he was injured.
Yeah, but you said average.
Yeah, his average place this year was 11th place.
Yeah, which means that he just got a few like bad rounds.
We're gonna let that one die because I think
he didn't place.
He didn't meet his expectations.
Sure. I mean, I would say 6 figures is pretty expectations, but
yeah. Well, I mean, inflation, money goes up. We'll go on from there.
There's not enough chicken nuggets with all that.
That's definitely true. All right, I have some more like vanilla awards to give out at this point. I don't have any more too exciting, but I'll go with what I call the Parker Welk Award. Parker Welk Award goes to somebody who came out on the scene absolutely unexpected and got their first win, and that's going to be Joseph Anderson, getting his first win in Idlewild.
Okay.
So we'll call that the Parker Welk Award, going to Joey Buckets. Congratulations.
Okay. I thought you were going to say, who's the Discraft guy that got the swarm?
Oh, Andrew
Presnell.
Presnell, yeah.
I think he's been around too long to.
He's been around, but I thought maybe because like it
Parker was a rookie, so I didn't.
Tyler only cares about majors, so really should have.
Majors matter to me. Majors matter to me.
I'm just
that was really funny. Typed out the Parker Welk Award, Joseph Anderson.
Yeah. No explanation there, by the way.
Yeah. All right, Matt. What do you got? Any more?
Yeah, I've got more.
You have permission.
You can
cool.
Go.
Thanks. I'm going to give out. This is a pretty interesting award here. Most likely to immediately take a disc out of the bag after shredding with it. We have a couple different nominees here. This is a long award, but is it worse than the Parker Welk? Who knows? We have a couple
nominees. Parker Welk isn't bad. We'll get out of here, man. They're trying to be creative.
I just meant the way you're describing it, but a couple nominees for this one as well. Ursa DG, another nomination for this one.
I'm racking them up.
We have a few more. Crap, there's one I just absolutely can't think of it. Broderick Thompson. I'll do that. Every week he changes some disc, throws it well, and then never touches it again.
It's crazy that you went full name.
Dude, I'm official here.
I like it.
Except for Ursa DG, because I don't know how to pronounce Taylor's last name correctly.
It's French.
Correct defense.
And finally, Tyler Tulowitzki.
Can't pronounce my last name, but you're more willing to say it than Taylor's. There's no N in my last name, but that's all right.
And the winner is Tyler Tulowitzki.
I was going to see if he doesn't get it. That's criminal.
His use with the torque, his use with the F3 at New London.
Yeah.
I feel like anytime I think of an iconic Tyler disc, I like ask about it. He's like, yeah, I'm not throwing it.
Hornet's Nest, DD3.
Haven't thrown that in ages.
That's out of there. That's out of there.
Fire.
Old news.
I threw the F3 for a while, but I just need a shakeup, man.
You shredded with it on 2 Pro Tour courses, and then you were like, the next day we're like, so is that in the bag anymore? You're like, nope, not in anymore.
No.
I
was scared of losing it. It was getting too flippy, so I put on a new F3.
You were throwing that thing on a ridiculous amount of highs. I'm not gonna lie to you, but congratulations on the award, Tyler.
That's fine. I'm happy for it. That's awesome.
Congrats. That's a solid one. I
want a Marshy.
Yeah, I've got 3 more, and they're all increasingly just the most prestigious awards that I can give out. So up next, I have the Fall of the Year. Really just the one that impacted me the most. And this comes from a completely core video. #1 course in Ohio. We got to give it up for Matthew Marsh DG here. Not even really the fall. The sound that makes when you fall in that YouTube video is that so mic funny.
Hits the ground in a way, and then the sound that the air coming out of my body makes is it's interesting to say the least.
And Corey's tone happens every time. Are you okay?
Dude, that's not even the funniest one. I think the funniest one is when we went to that course when Taylor just got there.
Yeah. Known Taylor seen Taylor in person for 20 minutes.
And I'm talking like the loudest thud.
Well, that we all turn around to see him on the ground, and he goes, "No, go ahead.
Yeah, go and throw."
It's so funny.
It's lovely to win an award. I'll take it.
Oh man.
Who's next?
Funny.
All right, so my next award is biggest sellout.
Ooh,
I love this.
And I'm going with Simon Lizotte.
Whoa!
Because you guys are thinking of sellout incorrectly. He talks about a disc, it sells out. He wins.
Yeah, that's true.
So he is the biggest sellout.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't know if there's anyone else who can sell a disc like Simon. I mean, even Paul maybe, but
Paul a few years ago, but
yeah.
Well, also Paul doesn't talk about discs.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
exactly.
Simon actually says the name out loud and says like, "Yeah, I tried this Fireball and now I can't find Fireballs." Like that's Paul doesn't ever do that.
Yep. I'll again a couple of vanilla awards here. I've got the biggest surprise award, and that's going to go to what was said earlier, and that was Andrew Presnell winning Champions Cup. That was my biggest surprise this year. Took us all by storm. Super happy for you too. Well deserved. So, Matt, what do you got? Any more?
Oh yeah, I of course I've always got more. Are we doing the disc awards that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I have them for the end, but if you want to, if that's all you got left, then let's rip it.
I'm ready to do that. But if anyone has any real ones, let's go for the real ones first.
I have one real one.
I've got one more real one.
Yeah, go for it then. Go for it. I'll type.
Go ahead, Corey.
I got one
Taylor,
real
do you
one
have
too.
one?
I got one real one that I just thought of that I didn't write down, but I would like to give out a performance of the year award, just the overall, what I thought was just an incredible, just put it on the table performance. And that's Evelina Salonen in Worlds. I mean, cannot put the disc, but still will beat you by 50 because she's that much better than you throwing the disc. Yeah. Insane.
That's nuts. Great call.
So mine is, it's kind of a run-on sentence, but you'll understand why. This award is best podcast that is fairly new and is comprised of at least one person coming from another podcast and has traveled to meet up at least once at a course that has had a Pro Tour event at it. The winner of this prestigious award is the Funzy Podcast.
Let's
go.
Ben comes from the other podcasts, and they all met up to spectate at Maple Hill and all that. And I just wanted to do that run on sentence because obviously it sounded like it was us, but we were.
By the way, you can probably include debate night as well because they all met up and played, or like multiple members met up and played New London at for the Imposter Series too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Crazy amount of nominees this year, frankly. I'll be honest. No one expected, but
yeah. And my last award goes to Breakout Player of the Year. We didn't really have somebody have this one. Maybe we did. Did somebody do something similar to this one or no?
The breakout player?
No, yeah, I don't think so.
Anyways, Breakout Player of the Year could have gone to a couple different people, but it's got to go to AB.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. AB gets 3 wins this year. Didn't really do too much other than those 3 wins, but yeah, he's my breakout player. Like getting the win and then getting 2 more super impressive this year. Hopefully, he can figure out some consistency, but we'll see. So let's get to our disc awards for this year.
This must have been something that I didn't read when I was at work.
Well, I just said like, hey, I have a couple of disc awards to give out. If you guys want to do them, you totally can. If not, totally cool. So,
Tyler, are these new releases? Are these discs that you found this year? What are these?
This is discs that I thought were the discs of the year, either selling and what I saw people throwing.
Okay.
So I accounted for a lot of different things, like people buying them.
Yeah.
And I looked at a bunch of different websites to look at their data, and then also what I've seen people throwing, and also the hype as well. So I've got manufacturer of the year, I've got putter of the year, approach, mid-range, fairway driver, and distance driver of the year. That's what I've got.
What do you rip manufacturer of the year for?
Let's rip that out.
Yeah. So my manufacturer of the year is quite surprising, honestly. The reason why this manufacturer is getting this award is because they made, in my opinion, a giant move that could move the disc golf market on how to market to the community. This person decided to bring on a bigger social media person, and it's going to go to Infinite Disc. Infinite Disc. I almost said Infinite Discraft. Infinite Disc is going to be my manufacturer of the year. They brought on Bedanza, and they sold out a ton of discs this year because of things that he's been talking about. Also, they sponsor James Proctor, who got a win this year. I think it might be considered one of their first wins, maybe, other than Drew Gibson, right? Mm-hmm. So I think I was considering, like, who wins this year, right? What manufacturer wins? And you could have went with Discmania because of Gannon all season long, but I tried looking at a company that who's really won this year based off of the investments they've made. In my opinion, it is Infinite Disc. So
shout out for another year of Bedanza confirmed.
Yeah, very good.
What is he?
Yeah, he said it in his latest video. So
okay.
Or one of his latest ones. Then,
if you go and look at the top 10 of discs that have been sold this year, I think the Sphinx and the Roman are in that top 10 list. So, I mean, the guy has been preaching both the disc all season long. So, it's very well known that must be a good, that disc is flying off the shelf because of what he's been saying. So, that's my manufacturer of the year. I don't know if anyone else wants to add to that off the rip, or if we want to move on to like the other.
I know when you were talking about a bigger social media platform, I thought you were going to say MVP with the how it's made coming into film. That I was thrown off.
That's
the red herring.
Yeah, yeah. MVP is up there, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like their team didn't do very well this year. They sold a lot of disc, I guess, but that's so we hear every year. But or at least since Simon's been there, but. All right, what do we got, Matt, for you? You said you got some discs?
Yeah, I have a putter of the year. So when I looked at these were all new releases. Okay, so that's how I viewed these discs.
That's what I kind of did as well, but not totally.
Yeah, and there might be a couple from December 2023 or something like that. But yeah, my putter of the year, speaking of MVP, has to go to the Pixel. Even though I don't personally care for it that much, the amount of people putting and throwing pixels like crazy is insane in such a short amount of time. So I'm going to give that one to MVP.
Yeah, I got the Pixel on my list as well, but I also mixed in another disc just for fun, and that's a Kratos. I think we've forgotten about the hype of the Kratos, and that was a big one coming into this new season as well. So no surprise, Simon and Paul Macbeth. Shocker.
Yeah.
So I have for my approach disc of the year. I tried finding one that was kind of interesting, but really the disc that gets sold the most and I see people throwing the most is the Zone.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, nothing exciting there. And really, there wasn't really a close second either. So everyone throws the Zone. That's just where we're at these days. So, for my mid-range of the year, does anyone want to take a guess for mid-range of the year, just for fun?
Mid-range of the year.
A lot of hype with this disc as well, and still is, I think, in my opinion.
I'm gonna guess the Buzz.
Buzz is a big seller, but it was not the winner.
The Rise.
Not the Rise. Maybe too late to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-range.
I don't know, Tyler. Go ahead. Tell us what it is.
Any more guesses?
Is it the Trail?
No,
Detour.
That's a 10-speed.
What's the other
You're
one?
thinking of the Detour.
Detour. Yeah.
No, not the Detour. I think we're forgetting about the hype when this disc came out in the beginning of the season, and that's the Rolo. Is mid-range of the year.
Shoot, I forgot that was this year.
I did too.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The Rolo had the biggest hype. It had the biggest sales in Q1 for mid-ranges. And it's been a super hype disc from Innova, which just came out of nowhere because Innova doesn't usually do stuff like this.
Yeah.
So Rolo is my disc of the season for the mid-range. My fairway driver of the year. Anyone want to take any guesses on that one?
Not the Leopard.
Not the Leopard, certainly not.
Leopard, it's not on the list.
It's got to be the Pipeline, right? Or that technically be a control.
That's personally for me, but that did not win.
This is overall.
This is overall, right? I gave it to 2 disc, and
One more
I
guess.
actually,
If it was me, I've seen a lot of Athenas this year, I feel like.
not the.
I would agree with that, Taylor. I have seen a lot of Athenas, though.
Which is AKA a Pipeline. But, people just don't know about the Pipeline game. They just know about the Paul Macbeth game. All right. So, again, this goes back to my Manufacturer of the Year award. Based off that, it's going to be the Sphinx.
Okay.
Because freaking Bedanza made that his signature series, and that was selling off the hook, apparently. I looked at some numbers. Really surprised by that. And then also a late one, which I actually throw in the bag right now, but it was actually a high-selling disc off of multiple websites that I could find, and I was pretty surprised by it, to be honest. And I'll explain probably why I think it's a high-flying disc off the shelf, and that's a Gorgon from Innova.
Okay.
The Gorgon is a new disc that is a 10-6 -2-1. I think what that disc has become is the amateur arms distance driver because of if you have a slower arm speed, you're going to throw that pretty straight and it glides pretty far. I let a 14-year-old throw it when we were going out with our group of friends, and he was bombing it super straight, and he loved it. It's really good feeling in the hand because it's got this like nice, like smooth, even rim to it. So I think a lot of people like it. So when I looked at a lot of different numbers, I was pretty surprised. But Sphinx and Gorgon, fairway of the year. And I agree, Scott, really stupid name. Don't really understand. Yep. I was going to say, I don't really understand the name behind it. And what do you think going to be the distance drivers of the year? I've got 2 of them.
Distance driver of the year. I'm gonna say
bro, what in the crap, dude?
Corey just put in the chat, leave Matt alone when Scott said stupid names. So that's
It's a good name, man. A lot of people have it.
Time lapse.
Oh.
So I really wanted to use the time lapse, but I feel like it lost its hype about maybe halfway through the year. It did pretty well in sales, but not that well because the problem was they made a bunch of protos, but I don't think they made enough of the regular time lapses to really sell that well. I don't know anyone who throws a time lapse, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, not a lot of people like it.
I did not put it on my list.
What's on your list then? Tell us on the list.
My list has got to be the most OG sold disc everywhere. Foundation, Infinite, OTB, everywhere across the board. It is going to be the Wraith is one of them. The Wraith is the most sold distance driver. So it's got to be up there probably forever as distance driver of the year. And also it's going to be one that is for Ryan from Bricks and Disc Golf is the Trail. I looked up a lot of stats about the Trail, and it has been a disc that is flying off the shelves. It's so hard to find. And it's selling for nearly $50 on third-party markets that I've looked everywhere else. So the Trail is a 10.5 -1.1, I believe. And it's
interesting that the Gorgon is your fairway of the year and the Trail is your distance driver of the year.
I know, but the Gorgon has been listed as a fairway driver. So it is going to be listed as fairway driver of the year. The Trail is a 10-speed, which should be considered distance driver. So I knew that was coming, Matt. So I was prepared for that. So yeah. So again, putter of the year is Pixel Kratos, approach zone, mid range is the Rolo, the fairway drivers is Sphinx and Gorgon, and the distance driver was the Wraith and Trail. So
okay, I've got a couple here. Go ahead.
You think it's crazy that we don't really talk about Conrad that often, but all of his discs are like some of MVP's heavy hitters.
Envy, the Detour, I know a lot of people like now because it's not as understable as the Uplink and now the Trail. So I think people like slightly flippy stuff, and so he's starting to throw some of that. Yeah. So
is the Zenith a James Conrad disc?
It is.
Yes.
I don't really know what it is though.
Kind of Wraithish.
Okay.
Now, I think a lot of people would say that the Strive is probably the distance driver of the year that come out this season. A lot of people like the Strive, which I'm really surprised about is I haven't heard a lot of hype about the Brave, which was the new like 7.6 -1.2 or something like that for Latitude. I haven't seen a lot of people throw it. I haven't seen a lot of hype behind it. Very confused by that because I thought it was a hyped disc at first, but I still seen a ton of it in my local store. So anyways, yeah.
All right. I've got two left here. I have a driver and a mid-range. And the mid-range is the only thing that is not based on some sales numbers. The mid-range of the year, there's a lot of things on there. But the mid-range of the year is the Rock 3. Because everyone is just making a copy. The Simon Line Balance, the James Conrad Crux, it's all just a Rock 3 at the end of the day. So even this many years later, still dominating the market here.
Rock 3.
Listen, let me tell you something about this. I threw this in Charlotte, and I was shocked about how good this disc is. It pushes so straight and then absolutely finishes at the very end of its flight. It's so consistent. It's so reliable. This might be my personal disc of the season that hasn't left my bag, and it probably never will. This has been like the biggest blessing I've ever thrown in my bag. When I need something that's like straight, or if I throw it on hyzer, it still holds the hyzer and then finishes. It's an incredible disc. So shout out to you, Taylor, as you gauge him.
And my last one is
Inca, by the way, for those that didn't know or are listening to audio, but it is also a Rock 3.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel that bourbon a little bit. I'm just going to let everyone know right now.
Let's go.
My distance driver of the year is going to be the Saki Bomb General for costing $40 new.
Let's go.
And those, oh my goodness, those purely amazing graphics of Ricky Wysocki blowing up the basket every time he threw it. Because it definitely sold discs. That definitely made it happen there. But that's my last award. That's the last one I've got.
I've got two left. I was saving one intentionally for the end because it is my most prestigious. But I did have a disc of the year. This is not based on sales. This is just based on discs that I have been introduced to / came out this year that I got that absolutely probably will not leave my bag for a long time, and that is the Alpha Disc Fjord. People in the Americas are sleeping on Alpha Disc because they're a Norwegian company. But I'm telling you guys, their chrome line plastic is some of the best plastic out there. The Fjord is like right in between a Zone and a Zone OS, but it's kind of more of a star style plastic, so it does beat in pretty quick. And that thing is so good. And does anybody else have any awards list?
Is it kind of like one? All right, never mind. Forget what I'm saying. Go ahead, Corey. I can't wait.
I think a little more stable than an A2.
Interesting. Hit it, Corey.
I have an award, but I also have a comment. Speaking of Norway, that is where the Lightning MX-1 is going.
Really?
Let's go.
The winner of so one
Dude,
thing
I've
that
been
I'm doing
telling
now,
you, man, those people love watching YouTube, and
yeah, the one person that won the lunch break. So if I lose the lunch break, I give away the disc. The comment that I picked was, I can't remember the name of it. It's disc golf something, but he only has YouTube and he has TikTok. So I had to message him on TikTok.
That's awesome.
And he sent me his address, and it's Norway. So that's where that disc is going. So we're never going to see that disc ever again.
It's so much fun. I have given away a disc and sent it to Canada, and trying to figure out how to ship things internationally is very fun.
yeah, that's why you got to say specifically, like, hey, it's got to be in America.
Oh, it was fun. My award goes for best marketing of a disc for the year.
Okay.
Anybody have any guesses?
The Torque.
No.
The best marketing for a disc.
Marketing. I don't know if you're gonna think this, but this is definitely. I saw the craze of
Andrew Presnell, the Swarm.
No,
that was pretty good.
I mean, Prez for Prez is pretty solid.
That was pretty good.
It is, yeah. So the winner of the award goes to Discraft and their marketing of, and great play on words, by the way, the Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that's good.
No one really knew that they were going to do anything like that.
Ryan typed that out right when you said it.
That's
yeah,
sick.
no one knew that they were gonna like do a new manufacturing of the Buzz with however process they do that. I'm assuming it's like an inner mold that gets molded, and then the top of it gets molded around it or something. I don't really know how they do it, but because of that, they are pushing for other things like the Scorch having flames. I really want to see a zone. I really want to see a zone with maybe spikes or something, like something cool. It's got to be all their like popular discs.
Yeah.
What if a zone had like a bullseye? That's what I would be thinking about.
Or maybe checkerboard.
Or just a silhouette of Paul Macbeth.
Yeah, let's pop that in there.
That works.
that in.
I mean, that works.
I don't know
That
how
would
any
sell
of this,
so crazy, bro. That would sell.
I don't know
so
how
crazy.
any of this would be made.
I was gonna say,
Not my job.
none of these really work on the outside of the rim except maybe Corey's thing. But
Not
Yeah.
my job.
gosh dang.
No, I could see checkerboard. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would.
That
Because
Actually,
would
it would almost look like a dartboard.
yeah.
All right, I've got
All right,
one more
this
left.
one.
This is my most prestigious award I could think of. This is going out to
Sponsored by
my
Fabletics.
Disc Golf Content Creator of the Year. So obviously, there's a lot of nominees in this. Some of them are in this call. You got Bedanza's doing great things. Broad's doing great things. There's a lot of people out there making some very good disc golf content. This award goes to the one and only Torqued Up Tina.
Yeah.
Shout out Torqued Up Tina. You know, maybe don't Google that one if the kids are around, but just a niche all her own. You can find that over on the OnlyFans, and yeah, just a crazy niche for that one.
Yeah,
Way to be
I'm
inventive.
pretty sure she's local to me, which is really weird.
That's so sick.
I've seen some of the like
You want to
courses
collab
that
on a
she
Torque?
I don't know. I don't know if that's legal.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But there's
Yeah, I'm
our
pretty
award.
sure
That
she
was an
posted,
incredible
like,
segment.
Some of the courses that she posted at were like some of my locals, and I'm like, that's very strange.
Slightly.
I never want to. I did find a thong hanging from a basket at my local. So
there it is. It all adds
There
up.
you go.
that might have been her.
It all adds up. So there's our awards. Let us know if you have some awards that you want to give out down below, or what you thought of our awards, specifically the back and forth with Calvin Heimberg. Let us know down in the chat what do you think. Was this a disappointing year for Calvin Heimberg, or was it underrated? So with that, we'll move right into some quick buy sells, and then we've got some trivia, and we're already at an hour here, so we're getting some podcasting going. Does anyone? Let's start off with sells. Go to buys. I'm just gonna rip it. We talked about this in our pre-show. I'm selling trying to fix cracks in your disc with a lighter because I apparently have too much ADHD, couldn't focus, and that thing is done for. So there's no fixing that.
I would love to see the destruction about it.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, here we go.
Does anyone else have a? Oh, go ahead, Tyler.
I am playing with the least amount of disc as humanly possible, especially because of
The
what
crazy
we
thing
talk.
is too.
There he is.
If somebody's talking, I'm sorry because I didn't interrupted somebody. I have two Deeblen Tombs that I've thrown for the past like 10 years that both cracked, and they cracked in the exact same spot. So maybe that means I'm bad. But here's the tomb right here at Burn. Got a nice little.
It's all right if it burned. It'll buff out.
we'll figure that out. But yeah, it's so funny. Exactly the same spot in the flight.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
How many tombs do you think you actually own?
I could probably find that out easily because last year I did a video where I threw all the tombs that I have, but I think it's close to 10.
Okay. Not bad. No, I was just saying like my buy is playing with the least amount of discs as possible just because of what happened in our weekly challenge. That was
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty yeah, it's a given for me. Can I do my sells, please?
Yeah, sell it.
Sure.
I hate Woods disc golf after the leaves have fallen.
Yeah.
Woods disc golf in November, December. Okay. Corey lost his precious child and had to take a leaf blower to go out there and find his disc.
Still found it.
Shut up. I got the Glow Pipeline, and I have just been tearing this thing up since I've got it, which is probably like 2 rounds, not very much. I went out to Iron Hill today and to play a little bit. Just took some time off this morning, and got a nasty kick off a tree. I'm talking nasty, but I mean I'm hitting lines with this thing. I'm smoking the driver. And as I've stated before, I don't look more than 10 minutes for a disc. I look for a solid 20 minutes for this disc. I mean, solid 20 minutes. Could not find it anywhere. I went back to the T-pad, looked at the angle, looked where I thought it fell to, and I can't find it. I have lost 3 or 4 discs in the last week in the leaves from playing disc golf. Luckily, the other like 2 or 3 were discs that I can easily replace, or they were used discs, so whatever. But I draw the line when I lose the greatest pipeline that's ever been printed and created of all time. And so I had to buy a new one today. Really sad. I am not playing Iron Hill or in the woods until these leaves are gone, which is probably like February, which is really sad because I love Iron Hill. And I'm supposed to play on Saturday, and I suggested Iron Hill. I immediately told everybody, we're not playing Iron Hill. I refuse.
I have to add this because I also lost a pipeline at New London though in the leaves. Like literally kicked 5 feet, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not losing that thing." And then looked for 20 minutes, and I was like, "How is this even possible?" But
put in the chat when you're looking for disc in the leaves. Do you kick the leaves around, or do you just carefully like look right on top of where you're walking? So let me know. I want to know. I
usually go with Corey's method from his video at the end. I get like a stick if I can, and just like
a stick is a good idea.
I look first to see if I can see the color,
right?
Like shining through.
Right.
I can't. I go to the spot where I think it is, and then I'll just start like kicking up and finding sticks and stuff.
Shout out to Scotty's built different. Does not lose.
Yeah.
I don't ever lose this like either, like ever, but like the leaves are like devil's playground. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So anyways, anyone else have anything? Because I've got another one. But
I have a buy and a sell. Banking off of your buy, I am buying smaller disc golf bags. And by that, I mean, I'm not buying it. I'm creating it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
With the help of everyone in here. We are going to be testing out making our own bag. And hopefully, if it works, we can produce it and sell it. And then everyone can have fun just like we will.
Let's
Love
go.
it. I was not expecting you to announce that, so that's really exciting.
It's a soft announcement. This is a fun podcast right now. I like this. Yeah, I like this podcast. And then I'm selling.
I like you too. How about that?
Yeah. I'm selling poorly made in the bag videos.
Oh, wow. So shout them out right now. Who makes crappy ones?
Me, Tyler.
No one in particular.
I like how Matt throws me out like second name. Like, thanks, Matt.
Oh, I threw myself first name.
I like how I edited yours and he's like, Tyler's is bad.
No, I'm just saying we've got the really basic. Here's like just talking through really quickly what's in our bags. That's the only.
But it was a very quick that like there's videos that I've watched where you click on it and it's like slow.
They took
boring.
time.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I edited my in the bag yesterday. And I had so much fun with it.
I love it.
Like this. I hope you guys enjoy the video tomorrow. It's going to be releasing at noon because Tyler and Taylor both can't wait until 5 p.m. So it's going to be at noon and
Into bags. Oh, INDA.
What?
Unrelated. Brixton is suggesting names for your bag company, Corey.
Oh,
I love that.
Okay. Well, we already have
a good idea.
It is.
That. I'm gonna bookmark that because that could work.
Corey is claiming this one right now. No one else can claim it. If you're listening, don't.
We already have the brand name, but not the actual bag name.
When did I miss this?
That could be
Scott. Maybe we're in season. All right. Maybe like this is the in season for us.
If
this is my in season, you're gonna see more content from me because it's wintertime and there's nothing going on.
It's not off season for me. I didn't tour.
Yeah, I think you're referring to generally pros off season in the bags. Or I'm trying some funky discs right now before the on season.
I don't see any pros putting in.
No, in all honesty, I think it's more the manufacturers saying like, "Hey,
just put all
we need some content."
Them all at USDGC too.
Yeah. But no, I had so much fun editing. I thought of some what I think is really funny to put in there, and then the graphics and stuff. I took my time. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, Ryan, to your question, I think European Birdies just put out something similar to that where they've got like some straps on the side of the bag and are like selling attachments to those.
Interesting.
It's like slightly modular. I can go ahead and wrap up. My buy is Tyler's buy. Less discs equals better time.
I don't really have any specific in the bag or buy or sells right this week, so I'll let it slide.
I think we've like solved the world's issue in disc golf of like you need a straight disc, you need a forehand like distance-ish disc, you need an approach disc and a putter. That's all you need.
There it is.
Pretty much. So
all right, fellas. We're gonna wrap up with some trivia. I'm excited. I think only one of these questions were previously alluded to, and maybe we've already forgotten the answer. So we can bless up for that. Again, keep track at home. Play some trivia with us. Join the Discord.
James Proctor.
Let us know if we are stupid or
Haley
not.
King.
All right. So question number 1. This is all kind of season in review 2024. This is all DGPT, elites, or majors. So in the 2024 season, 8 players were on the podium more than 20% of the Elite Series and majors that they played. 2 of them had 0 wins on at least 20 starts. So again, they were on the podium at least 20% of the time, had played at least 20 events, and did not win a single event. Who are these players?
Kyle Klein's 1.
Kyle Klein's not.
What?
Kyle Klein hasn't done anything for the last like 3 months.
So there's how many players with 0 wins with this criteria?
2.
So we're just trying to find two players.
These two players, yeah.
Is Ezra Robinson?
Paul Macbeth and Ezra Robinson.
Yeah, Paul and Ezra.
And Paul Macbeth. Yeah.
Ezra Robinson and Paul Macbeth.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, Ezra Robinson and Paul Macbeth.
Sorry, I ruined it.
A little bit. Yeah, it's all right. A little bit of a bonus question. We'll see if you guys can get this one. If you remove the start requirement, so if you remove the requirement that they played at least 20 events, there is one more player that falls into that list of on the podium 20% or more time and did not win. Do we know who that player is? I will be shocked if you guys
can you give me a smallish hint or
European.
No? Okay, I figured that.
Yeah.
Like, do we know this name?
This name has been discussed on the pod. Been brought up. I think picked in picks as well.
Is it Tuomas?
Oh, no. Shh. It's that guy with the it's like Yona something.
He's not Yona Heinonen.
Okay, well, Tyler just cooked us.
Any other guesses? This was just a bonus question. This is
I think it's Tuomas.
Timu?
Not for a divisional score. It is Mauri Vilman. Shout out to Mauri.
Come on, we knew that. Yeah, Mauri was not picked. You threw us a stinky scent. That was not true.
I picked Mauri.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Stinky scent.
Still stinky.
Still stinky. All right. This is also an award. So I snuck this in here as an award and a trivia question. This is the Tyler's most hated player award. Has to be. This player DNF'd more Elite Series or majors than any other player.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
DNF'd more than anybody else.
Hi, Haley. Haley's hand.
Did you just give it away?
No, Haley's hand was back there. Corey's camera.
Yeah, I see it.
Explain what this now. Creepy. I'm gonna guess Nico.
That is a solid guess. It is not Nico.
Brody. Allen.
No, it's not Brody.
Great guesses of just the most known DNFs, but this is just pure number.
Bradley Williams.
I will go ahead and throw in the hint that they DNF'd 4 times this year. 4 DNFs.
It was an MPO player?
Yes.
It has to be low on the freaking leaderboards.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Has a unique throwing style. Potentially could cause more injury than others.
Oh, Jake Wolf.
It is indeed Jake Wolf.
DNF'd 4 times
this year, yes. So
he did DNF at Deglow.
He wasn't even like on my radar. Wow, that's
also
really sad.
Doesn't take his putting putters on practice days. So if you want to have some idea on why Lil Bro might not be playing well, the fact that he doesn't practice putts from interesting positions where he might
putts like a goose.
Or practice putting at all is interesting.
That is a unique strategy. I feel like that's a unique strategy. All right, this is one that cooked my brain a little bit. I'm excited to see if you guys can get this one. So again, in 2024, played at least 20 events. This player had 7 top 10s and was in the top 20 over 50% of the events he played, but never made it to the podium all year. Who is this player? Again, played at least 20 events, was in the top 10 7 times, and was in the top 20 for, I think it was 55% of the events he played. Never made it in the top 3. Just some crazy consistency to just never kind of make it all the way up there.
My gut reaction is Joel Freeman, but I don't think he was that good this year.
Yeah, I don't think he was that good this year either.
But I want to say either Kyle Klein or did Matty O win anything?
Yeah, but you said 50% of the time he was in the top 20?
Yeah, so consistently up there.
Top 10,
7 top 10s. Yes, so 7 top 10s and 55% in the top 20. So in the top 20 for more than half of the season.
So he was in the top 10 like 40% of the time.
So over 20 tournaments.
Aaron Gossage.
No.
Gosh dang, what's this guy's last name? Gavin
Rathbun?
No, not Gavin. They call him Bobby. He's one of the freaking vloggers.
Babcock?
Yeah, Babcock.
No.
He had some good times there.
You gotta think about a name that's been in the top 10 like all season long, but like never even like was sniffing the.
Well, bro could have popped
win
7 times at the beginning of the year, and then
So 7 top 10s, 55% top 20. Relevant, but not lead card relevant. That's what makes it hard is, without being in the top 3, you're not like on lead card or on a lot of coverage.
Dickerson is a good guess.
That is a sneaky good guess. It is not Chris, but that is a really good guess.
Yeah. I feel like I saw this.
I will give you guys a small hint. There's a correct theme here between Aaron Gossage and Chris Dickerson.
So it's a Discraft. Is it Ezra?
No, it's not Ezra. There's
Ezra
no way.
Terribly.
Ezra's average was like close to James Conrad.
Ezra played bad this year.
But I'm just trying to think of who does Discraft have?
And didn't even get a podium this year. I'm gonna go Corey Ellis is what I would be thinking about. Oh, Adam Hemis. It is Adam Hemis. It has to be.
It is Adam Hemis.
I was gonna say Adam Hemis.
That one really
I saw that. I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Shout out to the Hambone Zone.
Mm-hmm.
That is
all right,
true.
we got two more of these. Up next, this is a pretty simple one. What player in 2024 with 0 wins had the best average finish?
Kyle Klein.
Say that one again.
So in 2024, this player had the best average finish in all the events they played, but did not win. Winless on the year.
Oh yeah.
Is Scott's answer correct here?
It is not. It's very close, but it is not. Yeah, this person played less events. Is the only if I kept the event stipulation, it would have been Ezra.
And it's not Kyle Klein?
It is not.
Is it Gavin Rathbun?
No.
It is also not. That's a good guess though.
Oh, this is
I was trying to find some stats to use Gavin because he had some really interesting ones from like the beginning of the year. He was all over it.
Paul Macbeth?
Also up there, but it is not P. McBee.
No.
Again, this player played less events. Ezra and Paul were the next two. They just played more events, so I think it was harder to have a lower average finish.
I saw a bunch of these names. I don't remember. I mean, my thought was Kyle Klein, Ezra, and then Paul. So I don't know after that. No wins, highest average. Oh, no, that's not it. No, I was gonna say Emerson Keith. That's not it.
And I actually didn't write down what their average finish was, so I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Another slight hint we'll keep in the realm. It is once again a Discraft player.
Goose?
Did Scott just bank this one, Taylor?
He did not.
Oh, we thought Luke Taylor. Scott thought Luke Taylor. He was not correct. Discraft player.
I know who it is.
Who is it? Fess up then. What are you hiding it for, bro?
It's C. Dickey.
It is Chris Dickerson. Chris Dickerson had the 4th best behind a guy that played 2 events. So he had the 3rd best average finish on the year for 2024 of the events he played. He obviously did not play a full tour. So that
Did he technically finish higher than average higher finish than Calvin?
He did. He did indeed.
Who had a better season, Calvin or Chris?
I'd still say Calvin.
I mean, I would too.
Calvin did make around $60,000 more than Chris. Say.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have, an underrated season.
Definitely not underrated.
Last question here. Speaking of winnings, a player in the 2024 season, despite winning 2 events, earned the 9th most actual dollars in the season, behind 2 players with 0 wins. Who is this player?
They won 2?
won 2 events and made less than 2 people on this list that did not win an event and were the 9th highest earner in MPO for 2024.
Isaac.
James Proctor.
It is
Easy
James
now.
Proctor.
No, come on, 2 wins. What?
James Proctor. Yeah, you got the win in
One
Europe.
in
and then
Europe.
Got the win.
Oh my gosh, that's baloney. Anyone in Europe won't even count. Sorry, Yesy. I know Yesy got a win, but
sorry, European tours and the European events. Bonus question for that one, and this is all I got. Who are the 2 players that he is behind in earnings for 2024 that did not get a win?
Kyle Klein.
Tyler's going to keep running Kyle Klein until he gets it right.
Man. All right. So who had higher earnings, but
higher earnings than James Proctor without a win?
Oh, Calvin Heimberg?
Not Calvin.
Calvin got 2 wins, brother. Come on.
Oh,
Got 2
guys.
dubs.
Sorry, my bad. I
Got 2
forgot.
dubs.
I forgot.
Who did we just say?
Yeah, these are answers that we've had previously.
Oh, Ezra Robinson and Paul Macbeth.
Yep, Paul and Ezra both won more than James, despite not winning.
They were up there, but then
there's some season wrap up 2024 trivia.
Awesome.
So with that is all we got. We got a solid podcast episode here, wrapping up 2024. So in the future, we'll be just looking forward to 2025 and some other podcast happenings. Based on podcast announcements, we do have to say that we are now going to an every other week schedule for the off season. So we will not be here next week. We will be with you week after that. So be on the lookout for that schedule change. And as always, shout out to foundationdiscgolf.com. Go ahead and get all your disc golf needs over there. Use our affiliate link in our bio and help out the podcast. Help us get back to Charlotte.
Anyone want to shout out any other sponsors that they have?
Shout out the Woodshed. Skate.
Shout out the Woodshed. Jeremy at the Woodshed got me into disc golf. Shout out Birdie Disc Golf. Go get a Marvel. They're amazing.
There you go.
Shout out Finish Line Discs. They're just really good. Shout out NSH Custom Discs. 3D printed. Just amazingness. Me and Ursa both have signature discs with them, and they are worth trying.
Facts.
And if you ace with one of them, I think Taylor will give you $100.
Somebody will give you $100. Somebody out there. My only shout out is shout out the Discord, man. We're gonna keep building the Discord. The Discord's gonna be popping. Great place to come talk some disc golf. It's a lot of fun. Just come join the Discord.
Yep.
What's that smirk? What's that smirk, buddy?
I got an emo back from DGA.
Oh,
let's
okay.
hear it.
It's positive news, but it's not 100% news.
You don't get your promotion until next year. We get it.
You don't get a serve with your name on it.
That's coming in January, earlier than expected, if anyone really wants to know. But no, they are considering me, and they're going to let me know soon. So it sounded positive. So we're seeing. I'm trying to get on their ambassador team at DGA because I have heard that they are mixing in some new plastic and they're figuring that out. So shout out Discraft for that, probably pretty much. But I'm excited to because they've been trying to get rid of a lot of their stuff on their website. So I'm excited to see what kind of new plastic they come out for their disc. And I've been trying to get on their ambassador team because I've been really high on their discs the last year. So I put all of it pretty much back in the bag for this winter time. So super hype. That's where I'm at. I'll let you guys know when I know more.
Awesome.
Okay.
And then just one final shout out. Shout out to you guys for listening, watching,
100%.
wherever you're consuming the podcast. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're checking us out. Check us out.
Push the challenges to your friends. Tag
the challenges are going to be sick. Tag your favorite content creators. Tell them to do the challenge.
Hit it up,
Scott and Ryan. Scott.
Go get some Brixton cards. They're selling out fast. Go get them, dude. They are hot and they are loaded.
There's a real addiction and a real problem.
He does.
Use our affiliate link. We'll actually support his therapy sessions on Gamble. Thank you very much.
More Brixton packs for Tyler.
One way or the other.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next one.
Bye, guys.